Hi, this is Brian Sikowski again, and this is the second training video for the Eastern Football Conference. Again, these videos are housed at d7officials.com under the training tab, and it'll come down and you'll hit training videos, and you'll be able to see the list of training videos that are available. This is the second one, and it deals mainly with mechanics. We look at goal line mechanics, we look at a little bit of intentional grounding mechanics, and we look at line to game mechanics. So this is 8 plays and mechanics intensive. So I hope you learned something from this video. Again, this training tape will be about 8 clips. I took some feedback from people from last the video, and hopefully I have a new software I'm going to try to implement with the use of Huddle to hopefully be able to illustrate on the screen a little bit better and explain what I want to be called. So, all right, this is the first of 8 clips. Let's take a look at the start of it. Okay, we have the offensive team lining up. We have the referee who, again, I would like to see referees. This referee is about 14, 15 yards off the ball, which is good. I'd like to see him a little bit wider. When the ball's on the hash marks on either side, you should be working your initial position starting at the numbers. Okay, so we'll let the play go. And we notice that the referee chops in and then turns to look at the press box to start the clock. And this is something we do not want. Okay, first of all, we never want to turn our backs to the players on the field, because after he's done winding, the offense could snap the ball, even though the umpire over here right now is standing over the ball preventing the snap. But if the offense were to snap the ball and his back is to the field, he's already hindered himself and is not ready to officiate the play. So when we chop the play in, and if we're chopping and winding, we want to do it in one fluid motion, and we do not want to turn and face the press box no matter what. This is a discussion you want to have with the play clock and the game clock operator prior to the game, and tell them, hey, when I'm starting the clock or when I'm starting the play clock, you need to be focused on me, the referee, the entire time, because I'm the person who will do that for you. So we have the umpire who backs out and gets in a good initial position. So let's wind it back out here. Umpires, we want to back out briskly, because we want to be in a stationary position, and that's the other thing I want to stress with mechanics today. We officiate the best whenever we're still. That means our eyes are not moving, and we're able to concentrate a little bit better and see the play that's in front of us. So we want to, with the mechanics, we want to get in position so we do not have to move. Okay, and we'll see as this play progresses, we'll see the play go to the top of the screen, and the side judge who's on the pylon right now, you can see his feet right now under the 8, and he's in good initial position, but you'll see as the play comes towards him, he has to back up. Okay, I would suggest right now, you see those dotted lines, that limit line. If I'm a field judge or a side judge at this point, my initial position is at those dotted lines up here. Okay, so that way when the play happens at the pylon, at most I may have to take one step back. I can keep my body still and squat and watch the result of this play, whether the ball crosses the goal line or not. So we got the runner coming out here, and we noticed, again, good positioning so far with the side judge, but again, I think he would be best to bet if he was already 2 steps back. I mean, if you're anticipating the play, and you could see him watching his block right here. He's watching this block right here, which is a key block, and that's great, but you need to be able to feel the play coming towards you, and this runner he's heading directly for the pylon right now. So you either have to back up earlier, or like I said previously, start at the limit line right behind you, and you'll be able to officiate this play a little bit better. So what happens is the runner goes by, the runner comes by, and it's right tight up against you, and you almost get hit by the number 17 in the white. So good touchdown signal. So just small little thing here that will help you, field judges, side judges, and even wing officials, whenever you're looking at the goal line, start on that limit line. Like Okay, now this is the second play here, and as we see again, the field judge, excuse me, the side judge is in good position. The head linesman is working off the field like we wanted them to be, and the referee is not even in the picture. So we know he's at least 10 to 12 yards deep, and he's wide enough. You know, in a play like this, we'd like to see him out close to this hash mark because it gives us a good view into the situation where we have the quarterback and our tackle in our peripheral vision. So as we take a look at this play here, and one thing I want to note, nothing gets me more upset to see officials walking on the field. We're paid to do a job, and we're paid to hustle just like the players on the field. So I don't want to see you walking on the field. You should do a brisk jog, at least move with a purpose. I mean, think about that phrase right there, move with a purpose. Now, we have an umpire who I don't know why he is outside the tackle right now. He should be inside here working on either side in between the tackles to get a good view of his center and two guard key. So he's walking towards the play, and you'll see the ball was snapped just after he gets set. So umpires get moving and get set so you can focus on your keys before the ball snapped. So right here we have a play where the quarterback receives the snap and immediately comes to his right. So we know it's a right-handed quarterback, so we have the referee back here somewhere. He's going to stay stationary and maybe even backing out at a 45-degree angle this way so that he can get wider and start to be able to follow the quarterback here. Looking at our keys right now, this person is the field judge's key, this person line judge, and this person right there is also the line judge's key. So if you're a good referee, you'll notice that the line judge has two keys on his own side, so he can't help you with that tackle. So as the quarterback's working this way, you need to keep an eye on that tackle too, because the line judge has two receivers in his area, and he's not going to be able to help you with your tackle or that key block that's going to be right there. So we have quarterback rolling. He's going to throw to the end zone. Okay, we're going to pause it right here. We're going to see our field judges on the pylon here. Field judges, last play I said I wanted to see you back here. You should be right here because he's going for that pylon. Even if he cuts up in here, you're still going to be able to signal touchdown. You have the line judge who's working good down the line, but line judges don't work too fast, okay? So you have a field judge here. You want to get to about maybe the 6-yard line and stop, because what you're going to do help here is you're going to help with that sideline here, because the field judge is going to be focused so much on the goal line that he's not going to be able to see if this runner does step out prior to going out. The other thing, line judges, that you're going to be able to do is help pick up dead ball situations here. So as you can see, this line judge does a good job hustling down, and he's so focused after the touchdown that we're going to miss something. We're going to miss. I want everyone to keep an eye on this player right here. We're going to miss a cheap shot by that player, and great officials are great dead ball officials. So instead of worrying about the ball here and picking it up and getting it in for the try, let's keep our head on a swivel, because we have an unnecessary hit right there. Field judge does a good job signaling touchdown from back there, and our line judge right here is too busy worrying about the ball rather than worrying about that cheap shot hit here. So we should have a unsportsmanlike or an unnecessary roughness call right there, number 5. Even though he holds up, that's not wanted. Number 4 could have got mad, and then we could have had a big problem there. So be good dead ball officials on plays like this. All right, here's our third play. As we come up to the line, we're going to take a look at our keys right here. So it looks like we have a wishbone backfield. So we have the referee, who obviously has the quarterback right here. We have the side judge back here, who his key right now is this tight end. And we have a field judge right here whose key is this tight end. We have a head linesman who's going snap, tackle to this back, and we have a line judge who's going snap, tackle, if I can draw that back. Okay, So those are our initial keys. We have an umpire who's a good position. He's cocked. He can get a good look at the center guard with the way he's positioned right here. So we have an immediate snap. Looks like we're going to have a play action pass, because as the field judge and side judge should notice, there we have a quick release by the tight ends right here. So they're going to go down for a pass. And we have a rollout by the quarterback. Now, I know in our manuals and such that as head linesmen we're supposed to shuffle down, but you know what? I would suggest that you don't need to shuffle 5 yards every time. If your key takes you downfield, if one of those backs were to go downfield and that's your key, then you can shuffle down the field. But hold this line, and even if you feel your line threatened, you have the line judge down at the bottom of the screen who's got the line of scrimmage on whether the ball crosses or the quarterback goes across the line and throws a pass. You can even work backwards and let the play go in front of you. So as we have him set up, so you see how the head linesman shifts down the field. His key right now is number 41 right here. There's no need for the head linesman to shuffle downfield. If you're watching your key right here, you can keep him right here and no need to shuffle. You got a side judge back here who's taking care of all of this back here. And I want to take a look at the umpire. He's focused in on his keys right here. He hasn't moved. That's what we want to see. So we see the head linesman go downfield, and then what's going to happen? We have the quarterback running towards him, so he's going back. He's not officiating right now. He's in survival mode. Okay? So if he would have held his ground right where the stake is right here, he could have let the quarterback go past him. So the quarterback goes out of bounds down the field. Good kill right here by the head linesman. We have good recovery by the referee, who should be going into enemy territory, and he goes into enemy territory to get the quarterback out. One thing I want to note also, we have the side judge coming in. But one thing I want to note here, umpire, I know you want to get in here, and I know there's a lot of people, but stay out here. We want to keep you out here on the hash marks for a play like this. And the reason I say that is because look at the way we have the situation right now. We have a referee, we have a head linesman, we have a side judge, and now we have an umpire, all with their back turns to all these players out here. The only people to police all these are the field judge and line judge that are way down here. So umpires, stay back here. It'll give you that wide cone of vision to be able to see if there's anything in these areas that could be going on for trouble. But good job by the referee, good job by the side judge to come in and accordion in and get the players out of enemy territory. All right, for this fourth play, let's take the initial position of the referee right here. We can see him at the left-hand side of our screen, and if let's draw a straight line right here. He's right outside the hash. We draw a straight line. If I can do it this way. We could see that he's right behind the guard, and we definitely don't want to see that. If they're on the right hash right here, we should look at referee being, like I said before, 12 to 15 yards deep. He should be at the numbers, at the bottom of the numbers at the least. You want to be outside the tight end. That way you get your cone of vision in here to keep the quarterback and your tackle in your sight line. So referee's wider on this case. So as we start, let's take a look at the umpire. He's in good position. He focused in on his keys. We have a fake handoff and a fake dive handoff and a sweep around the right hand side. Okay, so let's take a look at the mechanics of the line judge. As the line judge, we're going to hold the line of scrimmage right here. But as the play gets closer to you, line judges, so right now the contact is maybe at the 11-yard line right here, and looks like the line judge is ahead of the play at about the 9-yard line. Line judge, I would prefer to see you back, shuffle back as the play is coming towards you, to let the play go in front of you, and that way you can get this good cone of vision working up here so you can work in front of the runner. So what's going to happen here is the runner is going to actually come in on your lap, and you're not going to be really able to officiate anything, because it appears, I mean, you look at the he's looking at number 72, and you know, really number 72 is your officiating error right now. If you're looking at number 72, your focus needs to be back here, and your best to do that as a wing official. If you're back a little behind the play, you can look ahead. So we see the player gets it tackled inbound, so since it's close to the sideline, and we all know how great clock operators are, I would like to see the wind signal by the line judge right here. So if you are back here, as we want our line judges to be in a play like this, you give the wind signal 2 or 3 winds right here that keeps the clock running. Good cushion right here by the field judge. He's coming in, you can see his mouth moving, he's talking to the players. Good job, get up, you know, go back to your huddle. That's exactly what we want our field judges to do, and good job by the field judges. But again, line judges, we'd like to keep you a little bit back further. All right, now we're on the 5th play. Let's look at the initial position. Head linesman off the field. You know what? Look how close the sticks are to you. They're right behind him. Move the sticks back behind the limit line. This dotted line right here. It's only going to help you officiate better, and it's going to prevent injuries not only by yourself but by your chain crew. They're a part of your crew. You need to keep them safe too. Also, look at these people standing next to the head linesman in the area that's only supposed to be for officials. Try to do your best to keep them out of this area. I know it can be difficult at times if they're non-essential people or players. You know, talk to your game manager, have him help you with the situation if you can't get them out of the area. But that's your white area and only yours. Work in the middle of it. Okay, the ball right here looks like it's about snapped from the 22-yard line. So field judge, side judge should be on the goal line right about now. And you know, I look at that even from the 25-yard line, and it's just best just to get on the goal line. It's easier to move forward and work forward up the field than backpedal and possibly overrun the goal line, which can happen if you're not paying attention. As we watched the first couple of steps of this play, we noticed that the umpire walking back out. Let's backpedal out with purpose, get in our position, and be ready to see our keys. So let's go over our keys while we're talking about it. This player up here is the side judge's key. Second guy in, we got head linesman. Quarterback responsibility goes to the referee, who, if this is a right-handed quarterback, should be on the right side. We're on the 22-yard line. He should be about the 35, 36-yard line on the bottom of the numbers at the top of the screen. Down here, I'm just going to assume the line judge is going to snap, tackle back, and if this is a slot guy, which it looks like it is, it's going to be his key, and the widest guy at the bottom of the screen will be the field judge's key. So let's take a look. Let's start off this play. Quarterback rolling. Again, we talked about this. He's on the right. So if he's a right-handed quarterback, which what he should be, referees, you should be busting tail to get behind this quarterback, because he is your responsibility. You need to keep him safe. So you better know when he releases the pass and he's on the ground, you better know how and why he got on the ground. Head linesman up on the top of the screen is shuffling downfield because his key, the second man in, starts to go downfield. So that's a good job by the head linesman. Umpire staying focused and moving towards his keys right here. And that's a good job by the umpire. Line judge is sticking on the line of scrimmage just like we want him to do. And as you'll see, once the ball's thrown, he starts releasing down the field. We have a field judge at the bottom of the screen. I talked about earlier, we want field judges to start on the goal line from the 25-yard line in. And this is the reason why, because if you look at the field judge right at this point, he's about at the 2 or 1 yard line. And that goal line is probably the most important line on the field at this point. So let's watch what happens. He backs away. There's a catch at the goal line, close on the pylon, and we have a field judge on the 2 yard line, which we cannot have. What we would like to see here, as the play is coming in, instead of taking those steps upfield, we would like to see the field judge right about in here. So he should be here looking down the goal line to this play, because if it lands right on the pylon, which as we see from here it does, he will see that it's a touchdown. I mean, I'm not too worried that he got the call incorrect, but it just does not look good that you're making a touchdown signal on a play where the goal line is threatened, the pylon is threatened like it is from the 1 or 2 yard line. It just doesn't look good. Again, we want you to be back here. Move all these kids and ball personnel the heck back. You need to have your area to officiate. So again, 25 yard line and in, field judge and side judge get on the goal line, and again, work back on this white limit line. All right, next play we're going to look at, let's look at the initial positioning. It's 4th down. So what do we know about 4th down? And this is something that everyone should put in your mind whenever it's 4th down. You're going to kill the clock no matter what. Whether it's a first down or a change of possession, everybody in their head should be thinking clock killer. Because when this play ends, that clock better stop. If the runner's down prior to the line of the game, you're going to kill the clock. If it's an incomplete pass, you're going to kill the clock. If he gets the first down, you're going to kill the clock. So let's be good clock watchers and keep in mind on 4th down that no matter what happens on the play, the clock will stop after the play. All right, referee is a good wide position. He's outside the tight end, and he looks to be about 14, 15 yards deep. So that looks good for his initial position. So let's take a look at this play right here. We have side judge key, head linesman key, right? Field judge keys down here, line judge key right here. Shotgun with the quarterback, and the back here the referee can handle. So we have the ball snapped, and head linesman's keys running a drag across the middle. We got the side judge's key running towards him. Side judge looks to be in good position. Stop right there. You have good peripheral for the goal line. So we have a pass to the center of the field, and unfortunately in 6-man mechanics, that pass to the center of the field is no man's land. We don't have a person there. We don't have a back judge like the college and the NFL people to help with that catch in the middle of the field. So everybody should be helping with this catch. Okay, line judge at the bottom of the field, you actually may have the best look at this catch, because we have the field judge who could possibly be blocked out by a player right here, number 7. Line judge, you have a good look. You should have some information on this play. So what I would like to see on this play is I would like to see eye contact right here between the line judge and the field judge who's on the pylon to confirm, or if you have an incomplete pass, come in and emphatically wipe it out. So let's look at what happens here. We have looks like the line judge, he's jogging in to talk to the field judge, and we have the field judge just walking in. We talked about this earlier. Do not walk on the field. This is a big crucial call in this game, and we have a field judge who's walking on the field and he looks totally unsure. We have a line judge who's running up behind him. Looks like he wants to give him information, but again, the field judge just looks like he's unsure of what to call on this point. At this point, turn to your line judge and ask him what he has. If you're unsure, make a call and stick with it. Sell this call. If you have a touchdown, come running in with your hand signaled up for a touchdown. If you have an incomplete pass, run in emphatically, wave incomplete. You can even tap the ground. I'm fine with that. If you're going to sell a call like that, you can tap the ground. This is in a no man's land. I don't expect the umpire to be able to turn and help, nor do I want the umpire to turn and help here. This is a call will fall solely on the field judge and line judge. And in here, we could have handled this situation a little bit better, because look, now he comes waving an incomplete, and it's not a real sure incomplete pass. So whether it is or isn't incomplete, the film is inconclusive. But if you can sell the call and you can come in and make it look like you saw what happened, it gives a perception that we know what we're doing and we're working hard. So let's hustle and be able to sell calls on the field. Okay, play number 7. Let's go over a little bit of intentional grounding mechanics. Okay, unlike there is no tackle box on Friday nights. There is no throwing the ball when you're outside the tackle box. I know you'll have a lot of coaches tell you that he was outside the tackle box as long as he makes it to the line of scrimmage. That's not intentional grounding. That's not the case in our game on Friday nights. Okay, so there has to be a receiver in the vicinity, and in the vicinity, the receiver, in my opinion, does not even have to be. He could be blocking just as long as he's an eligible receiver in the area, and you can point him out. Now, this intentional grounding is a crew call, okay, because the referee is going to have to stay with the quarterback to make sure he doesn't get roughed. So it's going to be up to whether the short wings, the line judge or head linesman, or even the deep wings that come and give the referee the information that he needs. So here's the mechanics I would like you to use for intentional grounding. If you're a referee and you feel that there's a potential that there's an intentional grounding situation, first thing you should do is, after you follow the quarterback to the ground and make sure he's not roughed, you need to run to the spot where the ball was thrown, because that's the spot of enforcement. Next, you should wait and look around to see if a line judge, head linesman, field judge, side judge are coming running to you. The only time that one of your wings or deep wings should come running to you is to tell you that there was not a receiver in the area. So if you see one of them coming to run to you, you can already in your mind thinking, I've got intentional grounding. So one of the short wings would come and say, hey, I had no receiver in the area. If you have a receiver in the area, you can either yell out a number, you can point to the receiver, but do not go back to the referee and tell him, hey, I had number 23 in the area, because that's just going to confuse him. The mechanic we want to use, if there is intentional grounding, get to the referee, who should be at the spot of the throw, and the referee will drop the flag. So let's take a look at this situation right here. Quarterback drops back. He's under pressure, okay? As a referee right now, you should start, your antenna should go up, and you should think there's a potential that he could throw this ball away. Well, looking around here are your eligible receivers. Here's another eligible receiver. What does he do here? He just throws the ball. There is no eligible receiver. So right now, after the ball is incomplete, line judge, you should make a beeline to the referee and tell him, I had no eligible receiver in the area. Then you will have the referee who will drop the flag. But what I want you to watch is, right now we have contact between a player and the quarterback. And watch what the referee does. He turns his head to look that the ball is incomplete. Don't worry, referees, if the ball goes incomplete. Your wings on the side will get that for you. What you should be worried about is how the quarterback ends up on the ground. Okay? This is a play I don't think we have roughing the passer, because he's just riding and it looks like he lets up and they just fall to the ground. But you need to know how your quarterback got on the ground at all times. Because if there's an instance where he gets hurt, and the head coach wants an explanation, you're not going to know, because you're too busy watching the ball fall incomplete here and not watching this quarterback who's laying on the ground. So that's a good recap for intentional ground mechanics, and also referees to stay with your quarterbacks at all times. This is the 8th and final play of this second preseason training tape. I would like to end all videos from now on with good mechanics and a good call. So we're gonna emphasize the good officiating that happens on this play. So we have a third down situation, 3rd and 2, from the 47-yard line. The line to gain is the 45. Mechanic we like to use is the line judge is responsible for stopping the clock, which it's a good mechanic because the line judge is always facing the sticks. But what I want to emphasize to a head linesman, if you're a head linesman and you really want to impress your referee, or stand out that you're good, you want to put that line to gain in your head too, because it helps with the efficiency of the game, that if you know that the line to gain is the 45 and and the ball reaches the front tip of the 45, you can stop the clock. You don't need to wait for the line judge to stop the clock. You can stop the clock and tell the referee we have a first down. You can move the chains, get the game going. Referee can chop the ball in and wind the clock if he can. And it just helps to give the perception that we know what we're doing. We know what the line to gain is. So again, we have 3rd and 2 from the 47-yard line. Again, we have a wishbone, so we have keys. We have tight ends here by the deep wings, field judge and side judge. Head linesman's going to key in on this wing back here. Line judge is going to key in on this wing back here. And so we have a handoff to the wing back on the line judge's side, and he's going to run up the middle. And he stopped, and it appears right from, we could still frame the shot and say it looks like he's short of the line to gain. So anytime we have the line to gain in question like this, we should be busting in and look what the head linesman does here. He's in perfect position. He keeps himself still. He watches the runner come down. He comes in and he sells a spot. We watched a play a few plays ago where it looks like there was a lot of indecisiveness, and even on the bottom of the screen, the line judge is running in, forcing running in to sell the spot that it's short to the line of the gain. And this is great officiating by these two wing officials, and that we even have the umpire to come in and clean the play up. Head linesman, line judge, you can call for the ball right here, but since it's a big line, there's no need for measurement. You know that you have to make that big line at the 45, and if a coach questions you, says he wants a measurement, say, coach, listen, the line to gain is the front of the 45-yard line. You can tell by where the ball's spotted right here that you're short of it. It's going to be 4th down. So keep those important line to gains in your head as a wing official. I'll help you stand out. So I hope this second training video helped out a little bit more. I should have another one out in a few weeks, but if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is bfsakowski, SAKOWSKI @gmail.com. If there's plays you'd like to see, I'd be glad to accommodate your request if you want to see any certain type of play and have me talk about it. But I hope these videos are helping you and are a little bit informative, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do enjoy doing them. So we'll be in touch next time.